What you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
This podcast is sponsored by Jackson Creative, a custom communication agency located in downtown Hickory, North Carolina, specializing in online content creation. To learn more, visit thejacksoncreative.com. Jackson Creative, we tell your story.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special Masters edition of Big Fan, Episode 10, Volume 2, Hickory's only podcast that specializes in bathroom humor and top 10 lists that involve 80s movies. I'm Chad East, and I'm a big fan of winning March Madness tournament brackets, low country boils, and preparing to watch 4 days of the best golf tournament in the entire world, the Masters.
I'm Hank Eimer, and I'm a big fan of not wearing socks during spring and summer. Spring break trips that you act like they're for your kid, but secretly they're for you.
Wonderful.
And $1.50 egg salad sandwiches in Augusta.
Wow. And have you been to Augusta?
I have been twice.
Yes.
What a special place.
Very, very special place. And so that intro you heard was the Masters theme song. Once you hear it, it automatically, if you've been there, it kind of takes you right back to that place. And so Hank's not kidding about $1.50 egg salad sandwiches, also $1.50 pimento cheese sandwiches. Yep. Which, did you try both? Multiple times.
Have you seen me? Of course I did.
And which one did you prefer?
Hey, I'm an egg salad guy.
Yeah. I prefer egg salad too, but pimento is right behind egg salad. And $2 beers, man. $2 beer. Where else can you go to a sporting event? I went to the ACC tournament. $13 beer. Masters, $2 beer.
$2 beer.
Yeah, it's a very, very special place.
That is a special place for a lot of reasons. What day? So I've been there twice, and 2 different days of the week.
Me too.
Right? So what 2 days of the week were you there, and which one did you prefer?
Absolutely. So the first time I went, we were gifted these tickets by a buddy that couldn't make it. It was the practice round Wednesday, so we saw the par 3, got to walk it all, and it was fun. But the better time is when I went on a Saturday, and we got there very early, and we posted up right at the corner of where all those holes combine, like you see, watch guys tee off. I think it's like 11, 12, 13 or something like that. And we put our seat down early in the morning, got up and walked around, came back 3 hours later. Our seats were still sitting there untouched, mobs of people all around them, but nobody moved our chair.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Excuse me, coming through. Got in our chair, sat for the last 4 hours. It was probably top 10 sporting event of my life.
Nice.
Yes. Tell me about yours.
The practice round, I like the practice round because the guys are loose.
Yeah, very loose.
Right? They're loose. They're having fun. They're skipping it across the par 3. They're, I like that round a lot. I did go to a Friday, and it's pretty heady golf.
Yes, absolutely. It's intense. There's a level of focus. I don't know, because on the practice round, you're out there just screwing around. You're kind of
4 beers.
Yeah, exactly. You're just knocking them down. People are, they're acting a fool. Not acting a fool, but it's not as serious. Yeah. You can tell when the tournament starts because it becomes very serious there.
How incredible is the grass?
I can't describe it.
When you step in that place, do you not feel like this is like the Disney World of golf?
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, you look across the fairways and you think, this is the way it's supposed to be.
It looks fake. It's so nice, it almost looked like it can't be this beautiful.
And we play some goat tracks. You know what I'm saying? And this does not set up for my game. I'll tell you right now, I would not hit jack from the rough. I would grab my ball and put it out in the middle. Yes. I'm getting a good shot on this thing.
Why not? Why not? Speaking of where this is kind of golf themed today, ladies and gentlemen, actually, we're glad to let me let everybody know we're coming to you on an August the 10th. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
No, it's not August, Chad. It's April the 10th. Yes. Coming to you at 4:00 p.m. We've been on hiatus the last couple of weeks, been busy as heck. Personally, business-wise, we got a lot of stuff going on. As have you, just got through another furniture market. So that marks probably my 30th furniture market.
You look a little worn out.
I mean, I was down there for the last 8 days, right? 8 days back and forth from High Point. Today was my first day back home. So
Do you not stay down there ever?
sometimes,
Okay.
if I'm going to a party at night
Right.
and don't want to drive home, I'll stay with my brother and sister-in-law or my in-laws. You know what that means? That means I
know.
get no sleep. But typically, I try to behave myself and come back without going to parties because I know the next day I've got to
Be back.
be on my game. I
Right.
can't be groggy.
No groggy.
No grogginess. Yes.
No groggy. Well, yeah, I got to tell you, 2 nights ago I saw you at the club. Harrison and I,
Yes.
Harrison and I went there. We didn't have baseball practice, so he's like, let's work out.
Yeah,
So I
good
was
for
like,
him.
let's go. So we went, worked out. We came back and we went to the little refreshment area of the workout facility.
Yeah.
And you're there.
Yes.
Look a little tired.
A little wore out with my suit on.
You had your suit on.
Just got back.
You were making some coffee, right?
I was making coffee. What time was this? Like
It was 7.
7 p.m.
It was 7.
I'm making
You're
coffee.
making coffee.
Yes.
And I was like, what's up, buddy? What's going on? You're like, I got to get through this game.
That's
Because
right.
you were in the finals of the
That's
bracket.
right, the finals of the bracket as well, which I mentioned in the intro. So, changing subjects just slightly, but we're still on the same path. It was Monday night. You saw me coming back from High Point, drinking coffee, 7 p.m. The game, national championship, tips at 9:20. Me and one other gentleman are in the finals of the brackets. Hank,
How many people are in that bracket?
There were probably 70 to 80 folks, something like that. I've entered a lot of brackets. I've never won a March Madness bracket, ever. And, we've been doing brackets for a long
time.
Never. I make it to the finals. There's no way I'm sleeping through this thing, right? I've got to watch this.
Heck no.
So I have Virginia. The other gentleman has Texas Tech. Winner basically takes all. That game was phenomenal, right? Thank God Virginia won, and I brought home the glory and the goods.
Do you think it was a phenomenal game?
Dude, I really did. Because think about this. It goes to overtime, first of all. I thought both teams played well.
Should it have gone to overtime?
Virginia, I thought, got a little lucky again, man. They got lucky 3 games in a row, 2 of which were miracles.
Miracles.
I mean, that would...
The foul against Auburn was a miracle.
And then the Purdue play. You remember he missed the free throw. It goes beyond the half court. Guy brings it up, throws it, last second shot to go to OT.
Right.
I mean, that just doesn't happen. They were a team of destiny. That's what I like to say. But anyway, the game, I thought it was awesome, specifically because my team won, the one I had the bracket in. So long story short, probably after 150 or so brackets, I finally taste sweet, sweet victory.
Congratulations.
After that, too, my favorite thing in college basketball was something called One Shining Moment. The velvety, soft voice of Luther Vandross comes on and the ball is tipped. And
I think we did this already. I think we did this.
Have we
already.
done? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
We did this a couple weeks ago, and you refused not to sing then. So let's not go down this road.
Well, anyway, so One Shining Moment comes on, and granted, the game started at 9, so it's midnight now. It's midnight. Normal people need to go to bed. You've been at market for 8 days. You just watched the game. One Shining Moment is over. Go to bed. Well, I'm jacked. I am wide open. I've got.
Because you had 32 ounces of coffee at 7.
Yes, and I just won, and I just heard Luther Vandross, and all these things are coming together. I go outside on my back deck. I'm just looking at the stars, actually praying, God, please let me be tired so I can go to sleep, because right now, I'm not going to bed. Well, what do you know?
UFO. Please tell me.
That's another story. I got another good one. Kind of like an UFO, an alien. My neighbor figures I'm still up, walks over. I hear my fence open at 12:08. I'm like, hello? Hey, man, you up? He knew I would be up outside
This
on
is
that porch.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So he comes over. We actually end up hanging out probably till 2. Then getting to bed and, back to...
Him moving across the street from you has not been good.
I've been good for body.
That's a creepy thing that just happened there. Let's not jump over what just happened, okay? Because you at 12:30 in the evening were kind of howling at the moon on
yes.
your victory.
Yes, I was.
And this stranger walks across the street knowing your schedule.
Hey, you still up?
Yeah.
Come on in, buddy.
Come on in. Got one for you.
So anyway, that's how the last couple of weeks have been. It's been a lot of fun, though. I mean, I've got to admit, we've had a grand time.
You had quite the run.
Yeah. Let's go back and just revisit a couple of these things that have happened, Hank. 3 weeks ago, we start the March Madness basketball tournament with my boys' trip to the beach.
We talked about that one.
We have that one's been on the air?
I think so.
Okay. So it was a good one. The next weekend, Can't remember exactly what happened the next weekend, but I know something fun happened. And this past weekend, I was invited to this fine golf club called Longview in Charlotte to play in a golf tournament. Got a little rained out, but we still were able to play a bunch of golf. And two foursomes behind us, Steve Smith, Carolina Panther, London Fletcher, football player, used to be a
Redskin.
Yes. Antoine Jameson, and a Major League Baseball player, I cannot remember his name, who just recently retired. So
Ichiro.
it wasn't Ichiro, but it's just an incredible golf facility, and all those dudes live on that golf course. So does my buddy.
And this is Charlotte.
In Charlotte. And my buddy, who's just a good old country boy, they love him. I mean, there's billionaires and millionaires and athletes, and then there's just my friend Alan, you know?
Yep.
He just happens to live in this fine place. His wife has done very well for herself, and he just fits right in. He is like a local celebrity amongst these celebrities. You know what I'm
Does
saying?
he hang out with Steve Smith?
He knows London Fletcher well enough that 2 groups back was like, London! Held up his beer like that. London was getting ready to bring him another 6-pack. I'm telling you, this dude has got it going on.
He does. It sounds like he's got it going on.
He's so awesome. Alan, if you're listening, because he didn't know about our podcast, he knows now. If you're listening, thank you for a wonderful weekend. It was pretty phenomenal.
Sounds like
pretty phenomenal. Well, anyway, so the golf, getting back, you played at this place called Pine Valley.
I did.
Did I tell you I played on the golf course with the 18 holes that are the most famous holes in the world?
Yes.
Pine Valley was one. I meant to tell you this last time. Pine Valley was one of them. Is there a famous hole?
They're all famous.
They're all famous?
I bet the one that they had was the one with all the sand traps going up the hill.
Okay.
They're all famous.
Yeah.
But that one's kind of like, you
That's
look at it
the
and you're
one.
like, this one's awful.
Right. That was not the one that I played, but I did play one. And so you and I share a little bit because we played virtually the same thing, except mine was at Myrtle Beach and yours was
at... You
at...
played Pine Valley is what you're telling me.
It's kind of what I'm saying to you
okay,
right now.
I get it.
Hello, this is Chris from the Foot Candle Film Podcast. Are you interested in promoting your business to an online audience? Your ad could be right here. Consider advertising on the Mesh Podcast Network. Head over to themesh.tv for details.
So, Hank, well, tell me what's been happening with you, man.
It's funny because this time of year, I don't get a lot of away time because of, real estate. Spring in real estate is like bonkers, right? So this time of year is when it starts to kind of like pile on. Yes. So the other thing that happens is baseball's kind of a big deal in our house. And that starts to pile on. Harris is playing on 2 teams. So we've got 2 sets of practices, 2 sets of games. Wow. We're traveling. I've got work, so I don't get to go to the beach to do March Madness with my buddies and stuff like that.
I'm sorry.
I know you feel sorry for me. But it does allow you to maybe plan some trips moving forward. And we do have some in the horizon that are pretty good.
Tell us about it.
Well, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. I hope my little man doesn't hear this because we're not going to tell him about this. All right?
Surprises are the best when you're little.
Surprise him. So we got spring break in about a week and a half, right? And, one of the best parenting things, it's not really good parenting, but it's parenting, is we don't watch TV during the week, right?
Really?
No, we don't watch TV during the week.
No Sports Center or anything?
Well, listen. We don't watch, so he gets home, he does his homework, he plays outside.
Yeah.
I come in, we eat dinner, we get ready for bed, read, and go. There's no like real space for it, right?
Got it.
But what we can do is we can watch a game. Okay, if it's on. So he has become a savant when we start talking about schedules. So like I'll walk in at 6 and he was like, the Yankees play the Astros tonight. We're going to rather choose. He was like, should we watch them or should we watch the Braves versus Colorado?
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if we have enough time to watch both, but we'll watch both. So it's gotten to the point where he'll watch. We watch football. Really? That's the second time that thing's ringing. Let's turn that thing down.
Let's turn it off. Go ahead.
So we're selfishly, and this is what I was doing on my intro here. Selfishly, I want to see every major league park I can. Right?
We've talked about this before, and you have seen...
I've seen 8 or so, right? So I want to see all of them, but I haven't seen any of the iconic ones. Mm-hmm. I've never been to Fenway. I've never been to Wrigley. The old ones are gone. Like Yankee Stadium's gone. And so I want to see them before they decide that they're going to knock them down.
Sure.
So I started thinking, I was like, spring break's coming up. let's figure out a trip that Daddy wants and kid would like too, and Mama tolerates it. Like, that's the greatest thing. I love my wife, and she tolerates this obsession that my son and I have. So we're going to Boston. We're going to wake him up on Saturday. We're going to fly up to Boston. We're going to spend 2 days with my sister who lives up there, and then we're going to go to the city, and we're going to stay in the city for 2 days, and we're going to go catch the Red Sox Tigers game. Right? Mm-hmm. And the good thing is it's a Monday game, and they're playing the Tigers, who suck. And they're reasonable tickets.
Yeah.
Like if they were playing a Yankee series or the Angels or something like that, they'd be outrageous.
Yeah.
So we were able to get good tickets, reasonable, and so we're going to go do that, right? But it does give me an opportunity to like see some of the things I want to see. And like I was saying, Reagan tolerates this. And when I was telling her, I was waiting for the pushback a little bit, and she's like, "Sounds awesome, let's do it." And I was like, "That's why I married this one. This one's good." But the funny thing is, last night we were watching the game, and we were watching the Astros, their stadium, and I was like, "Oh man, this would be a good." And I'm doing my best to like research. I was like, "Oh, Harris, man, this thing would be great. We ought to go watch a game at this place." He's like, "Yeah, we ought to." I was like, "There's a couple good parks that I really want to go to." He was like, which park?" And I was like, Wrigley would be one that's like kind of old school. And he was like, kind of like Fenway. Oh, and I was like, yeah.
Set him up for it.
So
nice.
I did kind of set him up
Good
for
job.
it. So we're going to go there over spring break and go see the Red Sox play Detroit.
Awesome.
In the stadium, which is going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it sounds incredible. So let's get back. Let's do a little family dynamic talk here. So if there's no television and you and Harris are watching the ball game, is Reagan allowed to watch television? Does she watch TV?
Oh, she can watch whatever she wants.
So does she go in the other room and like watch Desperate Housewives or all those things? Or what is she doing when y'all are watching ball games?
So I'll tell you the typical day. Okay?
Yeah,
like,
let's go through
get
it,
out of
please.
school, do your homework,
Yeah.
do the homework for a little bit, go outside, shoot hoops, play with neighbor kids, whatever, right? I pull in 5:30, 6, somewhere in there. We eat early.
Yeah, wow.
We eat 6:30.
Wow, like clockwork. That's when dinner
Reagan
time is.
was raised doing that.
Okay.
6:30 is when we eat. So we eat at 6:30. We're done at 7:30. This time of year, might be outside again.
Got it.
Might be shooting hoops, hitting wiffle ball, taking a dog for a walk. I don't know. Going to hit in the cage, doing whatever. We get back, start taking showers by 8, Then we read for a little bit, and then it's time to go to bed. We'll watch an inning or two of baseball.
Yep.
Reagan, usually at that time, she's starting to get ready for bed, and then when he goes to bed, the game usually goes off, or I go in another room.
I got it.
Because she pushes me out there. She's like,
Gotcha.
listen, I loved watching the 4 innings that we just watched.
But that's enough.
But Verlander was just taken out, so you can get out of here.
Yeah, very cool. I like that dynamic. I think we watch way too much TV at our house. We're not there half the time. We're just busy as y'all, sports and dance and all this stuff going on. But it seems as soon as we walk in the house, click, click, that thing comes on. And maybe we're not even watching it, but it's always in the background, And that's me. I just always have to have something kind of going on. It's either music or the television's on.
And we always have music on.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
we always have music on because I'm with you. Like when you walk in the house, you got to do something.
Yeah, something
like that.
kind of needs to.
Hey, but like on the weekends, it's a little bit more of a free for all. In Reagan, HGTV it probably dominates the station.
Sure.
Reagan loves that. So
Well, Hank, I'm gonna have to take off here. That call means I've got to go take care of one last furniture market thing that's gonna have to happen today. But before we get out of here, let's talk a little bit about our tennis team.
Let's talk about it.
Typically we come in here and say, woe is me. We have tasted another defeat. That makes 15 defeats in a row or whatever. We were on a big, big losing streak, Hank. Could never really get over the mountain. Never cross that last obstacle to get a win.
Right.
But guess what happened last week, sir?
I know what happened.
Tell our audience what happened.
Well, the good thing about our team is humility. Okay? None of us want to take credit. It's a team effort, right?
Sure.
So why would I want to say here that I'm the captain and I orchestrated a lineup that pulled out a win? I wouldn't do that, Chad.
You never would.
I wouldn't do that.
You would never take credit.
Right. I just simply put us in a position that is favorable for us to win. Let's put it in that way. But my soldiers go out there and fight. Right?
Is that what we're called, your soldiers?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's
Thank you,
very
Captain.
strategic. So let me tell everybody about it. So the first match we went out, lost. Right? Second match we went out, lost.
Yes.
Did Dude, I think we've visited this before.
I think we talked about this.
The reason, not the reason we lost, but you lost your match, and it came down to your match, but it didn't. We watched you lose your match, which lost us the entire match.
Which is so rare because normally I'm the only one that wins my match on this team. So you feel me? Okay, go ahead.
So this time you really have to do kind of a cat and mouse because you have to put people together. So there's 2 singles and 3 doubles, and you put people together that you're not going to win all of them because the team we're playing is pretty evenly matched.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of strategic. And so, you and somebody else at singles is probably giving us the best chance to win one of those. And then we've got to figure out who in doubles is going to work. Last week, we hit the nail on the head, right?
Bingo.
Bingo. We hit it. So we get a victory. Okay. Tonight is very important. We play again tonight. Now, we have some players out, which would help us, in the way that
key players are out, yes.
Right, but we do have one individual, Lawrence Thompson, that thinks that he makes winners out of people, okay? The first week that he played with somebody, it was me, and we won. And I'm not going to tell you that I drug him 85% of the time, but we won.
I saw the match. I would concur.
Okay? The next week, he played with C.J. Hines. They won. Okay?
Shocked the world.
No one
could believe that.
Oh, yes. No one. Okay? Yeah. This week, he gets Mr. Banks. Okay?
Can we make a prediction on live air here on the live podcast?
Let's do it.
There's not a chance in hell they win this
No
match.
Chance in hell.
Actually, there is a chance, but they're going to really have to step up their game. And they can do it. They can make this happen.
This lineup's tough this week.
It is.
This lineup's tough for us this week.
We're playing at home. We have that advantage. Just make sure the music is on loud and it stays throughout the match. Don't have them cut it off like in the middle of the match like last time.
No.
We need it consistent because it throws them off and it helps us. We're used to it. They're not used to it.
Yeah, and it's going to be awful music usually it's playing. It's like a banjo or something. Something ridiculous. So, don't you worry. Okay. But we're on the right track, and I think if we can, at one point we had one of our players say, every time I step on the court, I think I'm going to lose. Is that confidence?
He said that in front of everyone, too. Like, are you serious with that comment?
I wanted to smack him in the face when he said that. I mean, is that what you want out of a person? I don't want that out of a person.
A
loser.
Yes. We're not losers here. We're winners.
This guy gets it.
Winners.
But you know what, Chad? We win usually.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yes.
Now, listen. We need to take these losers and turn them into winners. And this goes back to my favorite speech that I gave the first time that I was together with you guys as a captain. And do you know what I said?
I recall. Go
ahead. You remember? I looked you guys all dead in the face, and I said, guess what? We suck. Right? But they could be worse. They could be worse. So let's go out and underwhelm them.
And boy, did we. Boy, did we ever.
All the way to the States.
All the way to the States.
So I will tell our audience that after we did come out victorious, Chad, you won. Congratulations.
Yes.
Our other singles match won, and CJ and LT won, okay?
Yes.
I took the bullet at number 1.
Yes.
It's doubles, lost that match. We went to El Paso, and we partied like we just won the Super Bowl. Do you remember? I remember Do you remember taking a tequila shot out of a wine glass?
I recall. I think somebody took one out of a coffee cup.
I think you're right. They were not ready for it.
They were
and
not
I will
prepared.
tell you, the other end of our table, me and you were on the far end.
The winning side, yes.
The other end was very loud.
Was it really
Those
loud?
old guys down at the end were very loud.
Yeah, they were very loud. They're very excited. They don't get a win often. They don't get a win much, man.
No.
They love this feeling.
It was great. But so we got a lot of energy here. We're riding high. Hopefully we take that into this week. Bring home victory.
As I said when I made the toast in the coffee cup tequilas.
Yes.
All it took is one, ladies and gentlemen. All we needed was to taste that win and this tequila. And guess where we're going? Straight to the States.
Straight to the States.
Here we come, States.
Hey, we've got to keep winning, though.
Yeah.
We've got to keep winning.
I think now that we've got that first one, I think there's nothing that can stop us. We just had to get the first one. It's over now, boy.
It's over now. So our tennis is headed in the right directions. So we've got that under control.
Yes.
How about you? Where are we headed in the next few weeks? I know we're trying to get out of here, but
yes.
What do we have to look forward to?
This is kind of cool. Tomorrow night, I'm going to Leon Bridges' concert in Charlotte. And so
Your social calendar is amazing.
It's pretty
It really,
crazy.
I got to tell you, it's amazing.
I'm telling you, it's wide open. Don't know how to do it. But anyway, we're going to get some rest tonight after our match.
No, you're not. We're going to win, and we're shooting tequila, so let's go.
Are. And so then we're doing that. And then Friday, I think we've got a dance competition in Lincolnton Saturday and soccer games all day Sunday. So we'll be doing stuff around Hickory. Thank God. I need a weekend just here in Hickory.
Heard it's supposed to rain, too.
It's supposed to rain all weekend. Yep. So maybe the soccer will get canceled. But we got Masters on the television, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Gotcha.
That's kind of how my weekend is. How about you?
Got a baseball tournament that we're going to. Friday night we're practice. It's baseball all the time. It's
baseball
right
season.
now. And then we got a good friend that is celebrating his 40th birthday on Saturday, and we're gonna have a little soiree with him.
Very good. Who is this old man?
He's a small gentleman, friend of ours, that likes to drive big trucks.
Big trucks. Oh, gosh, this guy. That'll be a wonderful little time. I did want to tell you, I know you're the baseball guy, and I just read this thing. We'll get out of here. But the Crawdads, their season has started. Their team is loaded. Have you heard about all these members of their team?
Yeah.
It's like the top 7 or 9 prospects in, I can't even remember what the word is, but it's the top 9 out of 50 prospects in all Major League Baseball playing for the Crawdads.
I don't know.
Maybe
if
it's 5. Maybe it's 5.
But they,
5 of 50.
the Rangers notoriously have had really good minor league teams, and they tend to trade that away to bolster their major league staff.
Got it.
So they've done a lot of. There's a lot of guys that we watched here in Hickory that are major leaguers playing on other teams, like Batista, and Lewis Brinson, and all those guys. They came from here.
Right. Well, that's why we've got to go. Let's take our kids. It's one of these early games before it gets way, way too hot.
I'm going tomorrow night, opening night.
Opening night. Okay, that's tomorrow?
Yep.
Dang, I can't go tomorrow night. But anyways, maybe this weekend or the following weekend, let's go. Because I want to. Roger says they're going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun to watch.
They'll be good. And some of the good guys that were there are coming back. So they're going to have, they thought about it, like some of the older guys are coming back to help bolster the young guys.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Good stuff going on in Hickory, North Carolina. There's no doubt about it. All right, buddy. Well, I'm going to have to take off and take care of some business. But I will see you 6 o'clock at the tennis courts.
Be there.
Getting ready for our second victory of the year. And to you, big fan listeners, check us out in 2 weeks where we come to you and tell you about our awesome tennis victory and all these other fantastic things that happen in Hickory, North Carolina. Can't wait to speak with you. Until then, peace.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.